Hey everybody, welcome to my top 5 favorite Pixar movies for those of you who live underneath that rock. Pixar is one of the most famous children's movie production places, I guess, in the world, or at least in the US. They have released, I think, 14 movies to date, maybe 13, I'm not exactly sure. Brave was recently released, so that was their newest one. They all started back in 1995 with the movie Toy Story, which has been their staple since. So, I'm going to do my top 5, my favorite movies that came from them. Coming in at number 5, we have A Bug's Life, released in 1998, the second movie ever made by them. This movie is about an ant named Flick who somehow has lost all the food that the ants have been saving through the year to feed to the locusts. They feed the locusts so locusts do not kill the ants. It's kind of like a win. It's kind of like how they go. The locusts have them whipped, I guess you could say. And Flick accidentally loses all their food, so he's got to go figure a way to stop the locusts. So he goes to get some warrior bugs, and the warrior bugs he gets actually aren't real warrior bugs. They are circus bugs, as you can see the caterpillar and the ladybug, for instance. Those are two of them. There's a bunch of them. And it's a really, really funny movie. I don't think anyone can hate it. I loved it when I was little, and I still love it today. So, number 5 was A Bug's Life. Coming in at number 4, we have Toy Story 3, which was probably my most anticipated Pixar movie ever released, because it came out in 2010, and I was older. I was like, let me see, I can do this math. I was like 13 or 14 years old, so I knew Toy Story. I used to like that. Plus, it had been so many years since Toy Story 2, which was actually released 11 years prior to this, so it was awesome seeing it come back. And this was honestly the best movie of the three. I loved it. So many new characters, and it wasn't just trying to be like stupid, gimmicky. Just it was awesome. It was everything served the role. I loved it. If you have not seen this movie, I recommend you go see it. I can't really remember the story off the top of my head, but I remember it was really, really good. So, go see Toy Story 3. Alright, now for number 3 we have Wally. This was a movie released, June 27th, as you can see. Back in 2008, I was a 7th or 8th grader, and I remember when I saw this movie, you know how they'd always show their ads like a year in advance in theaters? All it was the robot rolling around and just saying Wally. There was like, I had no idea what the movie would be about. Kind of like their other movie, Up. From the ads, you have no idea what this movie's about. And after you watch it, though, it's got one of the best stories out of all the Pixar games, and not games, movies, and it's just heartwarming. It goes against other movies where it's just action and comedy. It's just this sad story of this robot who's alone on Earth. And he's just trying to keep doing his work that he was programmed for, and he eventually meets all the humans, and he falls in love with another robot. And honestly, this movie probably has the least amount of lines of any other movie I've ever seen. It's all just sounds, and that's one of the best things about it. Little kids understand it perfectly, because it's just sounds until they eventually meet the people, then you start hearing talking. But yes, so go see this movie. It is one of the best movies Pixar has ever made. Coming in at number 2, the second best Pixar film ever, Monsters, Inc. This movie was released in 2001. I was in stinking first grade, I believe. That is just so long ago. I remember when this came out, everyone in my class loved it. It was so funny. I loved seeing all the monsters. Every time I'd watch it, I'd look for new monsters that I didn't see in the past. They have their own world, and they go through these doors that are magically send them to our world, and it's just crazy. It's such an interesting thing that I've never seen done before and has never been done in quite the same way since. Monsters, Inc. follows these two guys you see here, the big blue guy and the little green guys. I can't remember their names. I think Sully was the blue guy. Can't remember the green guy's name. But they accidentally take this one girl back from the human world, and humans are illegal in their world, so they gotta hide her until they can get her back, and they eventually they realize they can't scare little kids anymore. They like them too much. She's too sweet. And it's just a really heartwarming film. Everyone would love it. It's full of funny things. So many jokes. So I recommend everyone see it. So now time for number 1. Finding Nemo, which was released in 2003. This movie is awesome. It follows the clownfish that you can barely see because he's so small compared to everything else. A clownfish in his travel through the ocean to find his son named Nemo. Oh, by the way, his name's Marlin. So Marlin is looking for Nemo, and along the way he meets the blue fish, which is named Dory. And it has led to so many little kids calling those two fish, clownfish and something else, Nemo and Dory. Just because they know them for those names. There are so many characters in this. There's sharks, there's the big whale, there's tons of fish. So many fish. I see a dolphin up there, although I don't actually remember there ever being a dolphin. I bet you there was, I just don't remember it. There's jellyfish. Jellyfish are scary. That's one of the scary things. The sea turtles, they're so funny. The bird, the stinging bird, the pufferfish, the little like skinny fish. Oh my gosh, such a great movie. And it takes and the little anglerfish at the very bottom. It's just an awesome movie. I recommend everyone go see this. You'll love it. And there's there's two parts in the movie that will terrify you if you're little. So keep those in mind. But other than that, this is a great movie. Every movie's got to have a little bit of heartbreak, and I think JF's movie uses the heartbreak and then fixes the problem, and it's perfect. It's a great movie. So, there you go, my top 5 favorite Pixar films. If you have another movie company you want me to do a top 5 for, I'll do it. I don't care. I got nothing else to do. So, comment, like, subscribe. I'll see you all next time. Bye.